Let's say you want to increase the size of this profile. If you look at the drawing border, the default is to insert the views one-to-one. I would do views one-to-one as much as possible, or even 2-to-1, which would be twice scale. The reason for recommending the twice scale of the view is it makes it much easier to work with for you. It's much clearer for the shop to read. The dimensions will be more spread out. It's easier to work with. Also, most shops will print the drawing at half scale. So if you create your view at twice scale, they'll be looking at it at full scale. All right, so in order to do that, if I wanted to get this view at a different scale, we'll go ahead and select the front view, right click, and go to properties. Under properties, you have a number of tabs. You can change the names of the part. Under graphic, you can change line weight thicknesses, and then under view, we can actually change the scale. Currently, it's scale 1-to-1. I can edit the scale to say 2:1. Actually, if you just type in 2 and hit tab, it'll automatically change it to 2:1. I'll select OK. Notice that that view now is twice scale. 90% of the time you'll have to relocate it, so we'll go to view, turn the frame on so I can move it around. Okay, now you can take this view and move it over. I'm going to move this over a little bit more this way. You'll notice that this one here remains at scale 1-to-1. Okay, so just that one particular view got changed. Let's undo that and put it back to the original 1-to-1 scale. If I come up to the sheet one, right click and go to properties, under the tab sheet, I should be able to change that scale to 2 and hit tab and select OK. It will change both views at the same time. Not only will it change both views at the same time, it will edit the scale in the title block, letting us know that it went 2-to-1 scale. Okay, so I can now move this frame out over here. I think I'm going to adjust this to slide this up. All right, and now that's at full scale. For this part, I probably wouldn't go full scale. Like I said, normally I just stay with 1-to-1 scale, but it is nice if it's, especially if it's a very small part. If you're making it like a little 1-inch block, go crazy, go twice scale, make it 2 inches on the drawing. All right, so let's go ahead and review that. That was right click, properties on sheet 1. If you right click front or left, it will modify just the front or left view. If you want to modify all views, you select sheet 1 on the top. You'll notice that front and left are inside of sheet 1. So when I go to properties, it modifies everything inside of sheet 1. I'll change the scale to 1. So that was up here. Hopefully you saw that. This right here is where the scale is. I've just edited that to 1. I just highlight the whole thing and type in 1. You can hit apply. You see that it's down to scale 1. Down here, up here in the pop-up window, it now reads scale 1-to-1. So again, that was under the tab called sheet. Scale 1-to-1, scale 2-to-1. You could go 1:2 and hit tab. Apply that, and now it'll be half scale. See, I'm going to hit OK to that. When I zoom up, if you're working on a really small part, the dimensions are going to be hard to fit because the dimensions are still going to keep the same text height. So if it's really small, the dimensions will all be jammed in there. Go ahead and beef up the scale so that you don't get your dimensions all compressed in there. One last time, that sheet, Properties. Change your scale to 1 to 1. Hit Tab. Just edit that to 1. It'll automatically change it to 1 to 1 and hit OK or apply. You can say OK if it looks good to you. Okay, that is your techniques on changing the scale of your views. You can either change them individually or the entire sheet, all views on that sheet. And again, it will automatically update the title block to whatever scale you're working to.